Don't act surprised, South Africa. I told you last week that I was coming back to host the show. Where's that hairy guy of yours now? Huh? Just like Jacob Zuma, I know how to deal with my enemies. Speaking of Jacob Zuma, you may or may not know that not only is he the president of South Africa, he's also the leader of a group appointed by SADC to help Zimbabwe's two political parties resolve their differences. Now, with the way the ANC treat the DA, you may think it's a strange move to call Jacob Zuma to help sort out differences between political parties.
We have more rights here because we are a majority. You have lesser rights because you are a minority.
But South Africa's political differences are child's play compared to the rest of Africa. Because South Africa is not proper Africa. Zimbabwe, now that's proper Africa. Forget how great the EFF say Zimbabwe is, it is proper Africa. We are Sandton and they're Hammanskraal, a place where you only go to for funerals. But before we go on with this story, I would like to ask Jacob Zuma whether being the president is a part-time or full-time job. Because with all his different jobs, it seems like he only works half days as our president. He's the chair of the nuclear tender process, chair to that Masibambisane project, and he's also a board member of Makumala's tuck shop. So back to Zimbabwe. The president sent one of his sidekicks, Lindiwe Zulu, to go take a look what was happening there. Then after seeing the chaos of the early elections, she had this to say.
She was quoted in media as saying South Africa was concerned about Zimbabwe's upcoming elections.
If you are wondering what I mean by early elections, let me explain. These elections are for people like the police and the army who are going to be on duty when the rest of the country votes. This is so that they will be available during the real elections to beat up people voting for the MDC. But these Zimbabwe army types couldn't even vote because there were no ballot papers and no stationery. Basically, they had elections that would make Limpopo proud. Sorry, Limpopo, but that place of yours is... Mugabe responded by saying this.
I appeal to President Zuma to stop this woman of theirs from speaking on Zimbabwe. We were given one facilitator with one mouth, and that is President Zuma himself.
And did the Zoom Zoom defend her? No, he was too busy shaking hands. What we can't understand is why can Mugabe shoot his mouth off like that and we just take it lying down? I guess the South African National Defence Force couldn't really do anything even if they wanted to. I mean, when the Minister of Defence is Nosiviwe Mapisa Ngakula, you have a better chance of acquiring an order of pork chops than a fleet of fighter jets. Last week, it was reported that 18 helicopters had been grounded because there was no money to operate them. But I guess the Minister of Donuts has a sense of humor because the week before that, she flew in a Defence Force helicopter to Tlokwe to resolve ANC business. Not government business, ANC business. But no one was using it. It was just lying around gathering dust and chair. The point is, when we do have a proper threat to national security, and I'm not talking about Lesotho invading or Steve Hofmeyr starting a political party, can our Defence Force protect us? I don't know about you, but if the day comes that we have to be led into battle by Nosiviwe, that's the day I'm going to call in sick as a South African. If the Defence Force can't handle these things, then we should outsource to other comrades. Well, not exactly comrades.
It's understood that a remote-controlled device was used to unleash a round of projectiles from this car.
As I'm walking out from the car, it was like a bomb, like a noise next to my car, which is this red car.
The red Polo was then programmed to explode after firing its rounds.
We haven't seen it before.
News that moves. ENCA.com.